Welcome to Victory Achieved Gaming. This is Owen, also known as Immortalium.
And I am Kathlynn.
And we are back with Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Yay!
Now, I asked you to take a glance at videos, Kathlynn. I deliberately...
I actually had to pack when I got back yesterday.
So you didn't.
Because I was here today and I didn't know how long it was going to get back when I get to town, and tomorrow I'm supposed to be doing a driving lesson. And obviously Tuesday is way too late to pack because I'm leaving.
So basically the answer is no, you didn't.
I actually was packing yesterday. I had to make sure.
Okay. Because the only thing I'm concerned about is you're not really doing chains that much in Puyo.
We'll figure it out. We'll
You're kind of doing...
I don't think I've tried this level yet, have I?
You have.
Okay.
I only edited it recently, so I can tell.
Okay, so we can skip all this then.
Yes, we can. Because basically the three are kind of upset with her. Two of them because they like her, and then the other one's upset because she likes one of the guys who likes her. But yeah, so like you're kind of okay, I noticed, with doing like 2 chains. That's also kind of the most basic of chain. You know, like you can't do a 1 chain, for instance. A 1 chain is just popping them.
Oh, why did it put that there?
So there is some mild concern about that. And also there was something you said last time which I thought was quite interesting, which was you were talking about how he wasn't making mistakes. You were like, oh, I don't think he's making mistakes anymore. Which made it sound like you were relying on him making mistakes.
Yeah, okay.
Which isn't, you know, a good thing to do, necessarily. But also, I don't want to be, like, negative Nancy here, because, like, you have done some very good things in the past in terms of, like, playing this game. It just, I feel like, of the 2, I think you struggle a bit more with Puyo than you do with Tetris. Do you think that's fair to say?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's understandable because, I mean,
What's up?
for one, there's like a lack of familiarity with it because, like, even though Puyo is quite popular, it's nowhere near the level of Tetris, you know? Like, most people know what Tetris is. I'd say most people don't know what Puyo is. Know what I mean? Okay, 2 chain, so... Oh, he's got a 4 chain. Garbage cleanup? Wait, what happened there?
No fucking...
You must have popped some power up that, like, cleared out the garbage or something.
Maybe?
You could, if you got some
I
good
should-
chains, win this, but... Not sure what options you have right now. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Oh, it would have been nice if we got a 3 chain there. That wasn't the worst. That wasn't the worst. I'll just let you do that a bit more. And if it's taken a while, and maybe I'll try to look up some advice to do with like setting up chains and stuff. Although we have looked at videos in the past to do with that. But anyway, what should we talk about today? Well,
I want to sabotage this man.
yeah, well, that would be good. Oh, you got an all clear.
Yay!
Wow, that's impressive. Also, did they just give you... Oh, you could have gotten a huge chain there if you did it correctly.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, it's fine. I didn't know they did that. That must be a party exclusive thing. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Because, like, you're blocking a lot of his, like, potential moves.
But I don't think I did that right.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just keep doing your best. You're actually quite a bit ahead because you just screwed him over, like, heavily there. You might get this in Disco, but again, I don't want to... So, recently, folks, so, garden.
Oh yeah, you were talking... Yes, I wanted to ask you about the garden.
So, we made kind of one little adjustment to the garden recently. I mean, we're kind of behind on some stuff, to be honest, in terms of, like, progress. But, there is some interesting little developments. The first interesting development, I guess, is that in terms of bird feeders, I'm not too gung-ho on bird feeders myself. But my mother did actually come across a cheap one the other day. One that was, like, reduced. And she was like, why not? You know?
As you would.
And I was like, okay, you know what? If it was reduced. But one thing that we had to figure out as well was, like, where could we put it that they'd be safe from the cats, you know? Because the cats would obviously
I
look to
won.
go after a bird. Yeah, you did super well because you actually, like, did you see that you got him to, like, spin out?
I didn't even look at his screen the
Yeah.
entire time.
Like, at one point, so you got an all clear,
I saw that. Yeah.
and then they basically gave you, we haven't seen this, so, you basically got, like, they gave you, like, a kind of an easy one, almost like something from Big Bang, but then you did it kind of wrong, so, but even so, you still got enough chains there that you were able to do, like, a straight line across of blocking on him, which stopped him from doing any other moves, and by that point, it just wasn't really that easy for him to be able to break through and set up another thing to break down the blocks. So he got screwed and like got pushed up, and he had to start. Not only did he lose a bunch of points, actually I don't think he loses points. I think you get the points, but he also had to start the board over again because it starts out empty. So combining all those factors together, you crushed him basically.
Yay!
But it was all really down to that perfect clear. If you didn't get that perfect clear, also this is sprint trial. Clear 20 lines within 2 minutes.
No, why did I do that?
If it's 20 lines, that must mean it's Tetris.
I swore I thought you said clear 20 lines in 20 minutes, and I was like, what?
Well, it'll actually be interesting if I probably didn't say that, but if I did,
I
it'd
thought
be
that's
indeed.
what you said.
But anyway, back to the garden. So this is all. You don't have to worry about setting up Tetrises here. All you want to do is just clear out lines. So you don't really need to worry about points or anything. But anyway, so we spent a while looking around because it also needed to be kind of sheltered so that rain wouldn't like wet the food. But we eventually found a spot. We're still unsure if the birds will use it, but yesterday I did actually see.
Fuck. Oh.
Yeah, that's a good one. I did actually see a bird land on it. I don't know if it ate anything off of it, but it definitely landed on it.
Ah, there.
And it was a... okay. So even when it's outside of context, I still can't really say certain words.
Okay.
So... if... Kathlynn, do you know certain birds that have words in it that in other contexts could be seen as, offensive?
No. Oh god. There. Sorry, go on. No.
Okay,
Sorry.
so, I mean, okay, what's a particularly, like, vulgar way, I guess, to refer to, like, a woman's mammary gland?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, fuck.
Mammary gland meaning their boobs.
I'm sorry, Owen, I'm trying to focus.
Sorry.
I actually don't know. Okay, that's
Okay, so
10 lines.
it's T-I-T. And there's birds called
fuck,
that.
Why did I do that? Shit, I'm fucking up.
So, I mean, there's something, once the time goes out, there's something I want to remind you, because...
I'm on a timer, I know, I kind of...
No, it wasn't even to do with the timer. It's that you literally do not need to worry about scores or Tetrises in this mode.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I saw you were stacking stuff up, and, like, I was like, you could literally just clear some lines. You don't need to, like...
I know, I'm just trying to... I know.
Yeah. But I just thought I'd emphasize that. Now, that can still be worth holding.
I don't know
because,
why I did that, but yeah.
No, it's still worth holding because, like, that could be a good one to clear things out. But,
Oh, I did that. I finally got a whole act for that.
Yeah, which is good. But it's T-I-T. That's the word. But there's also a bunch of birds that are called that, So it's a bit awkward. In fact, my mother had an interesting story, she said, where one time she didn't think about the fact it could refer to a woman's breast. And she typed in, like, because she was looking up the birds, she just typed in that word. And obviously what came up was not birds, so to speak. So it's completely accidental on her part. Or at least that's what she tells me. Oh, no. Okay. So she's focusing, folks. So anyway, so I saw one of those birds. It was a great TIT bird that landed on it. And whether it actually ate any of the food, I don't know. It was kind of nice to see it there anyway.
Finally.
We're in Ireland, and it's kind of going into winter soon.
It pretty much is winter, Owen.
So a lot of birds have already left, but not all of them. Yeah, that's a good one. A lot of the smaller birds don't leave the country; they stay. And for those birds that remain, you know, kind of nice to just do a little bit of something for them.
I don't know what line I'm at right now.
You need 9 more lines.
Shit, okay, I'm not doing well. Should have done that the other way, shit.
Okay, you had 7 more lines to go. I think you might just be going a little too slow, perhaps. I'm not sure. I know there's like, it's a balance because you gotta go fast on one hand, but you've also gotta like make sure that there's no gaps at the same time. It's a tricky balance. So yes, it's just tricky from that perspective. You can always reset if you don't feel comfortable with But anyway, so that's one thing we've done in our garden. In terms of other stuff in our garden, I mean, we want to put some feed on our lawn soon, before winter comes along, just to try to improve the quality of the soil. And actually, for some reason, there's tons of mushrooms in our garden now. Loads of them. Which is a bit of a surprise. Now, it's kind of good in one way, though, because it's clear that they're getting eaten by something. Because there's a lot of them that are, like, missing pieces. Like, they've got holes through them, so... You know, if they're providing sustenance for, you know, slugs and insects and all that kind of stuff, then, you know, that's not a bad thing.
I'm doing so bad.
It wasn't even just that, it's just that I'm now a little nervous to talk because, like, earlier you kind of like...
I'm just not responding. You can talk to the camera. Just don't ask me questions.
Okay.
If that is alright.
So, you know, as I said, folks, not that much progress in that regards. Like, there's a lot I want to get done with the garden in, you know, before winter comes along properly. But, whether I'll actually be able to get all of them done, no idea. I think you're close. Like, I don't think it'll take you that many more goes to do this. I think you just gotta get back into the flow of
yeah. No, I'll do it. I can do it. It's just annoying.
But anyway, so let's see. Besides that, what else has been happening in my life?
Okay, there you go.
Oh, I guess I can tell this story. I already told Kathlynn this story, but it's kind of funny that happened. And I guess it'll also give me an opportunity to talk about other stuff because I've definitely talked about it in the show before. So, recently there was a bunch of sales going on online. It was there's a Tokyo Game Show, which is, you know, a Japanese game show that you know, talks a lot about video games and, you know, shares information about it and all that kind of stuff. And because of that, a lot of storefronts online were having these like Japanese game sales because, you know, in Japan and stuff. And I was looking at the Square Enix one, I remember, because Square Enix have always had an iffy policy of like not really doing heavy discounts at all on their games.
I wasn't blind to a Tetris, that could have just happened.
Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I mean, if you just happen to get it, it's fine. But anyway, so I was looking at their stuff. And usually the way these sales work is that usually, like for instance with Humble Store and Steam, usually they have the same discount. And, you know, like on Humble, if you're a subscriber, you get like an extra discount based on how many months you're subscribed to. But, you know, for all intents and purposes, you know, it's the same price. And I remember looking, like I began looking at the sales on each one, and I was like, hang on, because there's a notoriously bad game that Square Enix released called Balan Wonderworld. And for some reason, that was more expensive on Humble than it was on Steam. even with the discount, the additional subscriber discount. And I was like, that's weird. Why is that? I was like, oh, I wonder if there's any other games where that has happened. And so I was looking around,
done so far.
and I came across one that I thought was very interesting, price-wise. So, I'm a fan of Final Fantasy, folks, but I think the last few Final Fantasies, I've kind of been a bit more, like, off-put by them. Because
Agreed.
in the past...
We spoke about this in our own conversations, actually.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned that, actually.
I didn't even notice.
So, like, in the past, I would have bought Final Fantasy Day 1 a lot of the time. And now I'm not.
I think I haven't played Final Fantasy since 13. Not 13, I mean...
In terms of the mainline
Sorry,
stuff.
I know, I meant I played the Bro one. That's 15, isn't it?
Yeah, but you never beat it.
No, I didn't.
Which I don't blame you. If you think I'm blaming you for not beating it, I'm not like...
Just wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it either. But what was I saying anyway? So they have their most recent one, Final Fantasy 16. Looks very different to a lot of other Final Fantasies. And not in a way that I'm necessarily happy with. I can go on with that in a moment. But I did see that on Humble Store, it was oddly reduced. Because on Steam, it was going for, most storefronts, it was going for €30 on a sale. Which, you know, some people might think that's a decent discount because, you know, it's €50 usually, and then you can get it for 30. Okay? You know, it depends on if you want the game that much or not. But when I was looking at Humble Store at the time, I noticed that including my discount, which wasn't that much of a discount in and of itself, it was like €16.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this can't be right. Like, there's no way that they're selling this game for €30 on Steam and then decided to sell it for, I guess, what would essentially be €17 without my membership discount on Humble.
Oh, fuck,
So-
I'm not going to get it, but...
So I was debating with myself, like, oh, should I get it? Should I not get it? And eventually I decided, yeah, okay, I'll get it.
It was so gross.
You were 2 lines off.
And if I had that, Joy, I guaranteed if I had that light blue one, I would have been able to drop it down and gone because I had the 2 lines ready.
You were just a little off then. Like seconds off.
Okay.
But
I can do this.
But it turned out to be correct, folks, because literally the next day I looked and the price had gone up to €30. So clearly it had been a mistake of some kind.
Which does happen.
But I managed to pick it up. So my intention is that I'll play it now and at least I'll have an opinion on it. But
And at least they didn't tell you that they were going to refund you.
yeah, that is true.
They could have done that too, being like, we made a mistake. I don't think they would have. I think they'd have honored their mistake.
But are they able to do that? Because the platform I activated it on isn't their own.
I don't think they can, even if because I think they could try, but I think they know it's just better to just say, hey, our mistake, and call and leave you have it because
they'd have to contact Valve and like have to try to get them to remove it. Like, it'd be very awkward.
it'll be a lot of things as well. I think it looks better for them if they just let anyone that bought it keep it, which I'm assuming is actually what they did.
Yeah, actually, there was a similar thing happened with Resident Evil Village, where it was oddly reduced on Humble, and I picked it up, and then the next day it went up in price.
Okay, I did a massive fuck up here. This I might just restart it because I did a massive fuck up there. Yeah, but I don't think they would. They probably could, but like
Would the effort be worth it in the end?
it would make them look bad with their already.
In addition, yes, that would also look
to
bad.
their own fan base. Their fan base might be like, hey, what the fuck? I paid for it though. That was the price you gave it to me for.
So,
And in fairness, those people would be right. That was the price, let's say.
so anyway, so point is, folks, I have that game now. I don't know when I'll get a chance to play it, but I have it, so I can play it. And you know what? I intend to review it because I think it'll also give me a good opportunity at the time to talk about my thoughts on Final Fantasy as a whole. Because at one point, Kathlynn, okay, actually not even that. At one point, folks, I was talking about my favorite Final Fantasies on this
You have.
on this series, but because I haven't talked about my thoughts on Final Fantasy as it has gone on. And the thing is, it's really difficult to talk about Final Fantasy in a way. And the reason for that is because Final Fantasy has always had a weird kind of development structure. Like, Final Fantasy has always, in some shape or form, been experimental. I know that might sound weird to people because, you know, the big budget games. But, like, the example I always like to point out to people is if you look at the PS1 games of Final Fantasy, like, they all are the same combat system, which is the ATB system, but the way you develop your characters is completely different between them. In Final Fantasy 7, it's materia. In Final Fantasy 8, it's the junction system. And in Final Fantasy 9, it's to do with abilities from equipment. So, it like, if that's kind of bizarre, isn't it? Like, the way that an established franchise changes the way the characters develop between games. Strange. And then that doesn't even get into Final Fantasy X then.
Oh my god.
The weird thing is, I don't know if...
There's one away.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if it would have counted... If you got to 0 after the 2 minutes had gone up, I don't know if it would count.
I don't know. Well, it got me down to 1, so I don't know.
But point anyway, folks, is... So they've always been changing stuff, you know, in some shape or form. The most obvious, of course, being the setting, because like... And every mainline Final Fantasy game has a different setting and a different cast of characters and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I meant to switch.
Do you want to reset, or are you just gonna go with it?
I just
You can try going with it. You've kind of opened up a gap on the right, so maybe that works.
I kind of, yeah. There we go.
But anyway, So when people talk about...
I switched it the wrong way around, but fuck.
When people talk about, like, Final Fantasy doesn't feel like Final Fantasy anymore, the thing that everyone asks then is, what does Final Fantasy feel like? And that is kind of an odd one.
Oh.
Because then you have to ask yourself, what is Final Fantasy? And different people have different definitions of what Final Fantasy is. Which is probably something that you don't really, like, see too much with other franchises. So, like... For instance, I know when there was the debate about Final Fantasy not feeling Final Fantasy in the lead up to Final Fantasy 16 coming out, the developers were talking about the fact that to them, Final Fantasy is all about the epic stories.
Yes, I actually do in some way agree with that. But at the same time, I just felt like there was still something missing. I don't think I can put my finger on it. I think I've told you before, I can't put my finger on what's missing.
Well, I think one element of it, to me at least, is tone.
Maybe it's that. I just know there's something missing every time I look at the Final Fantasies nowadays. I just feel like it's not they're not bad games. It's just they're different.
Yeah, and also it's debatable because, like, for instance, in Final Fantasy 15, I thought the side quests were abysmal in quality.
Okay, fair.
Now, there's other aspects of the game that are good, but, like, you know...
Ooh, I do think, like I said, the Bro
the
War
opening
had
song.
the DLC that had too much DLC.
Oh, Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, extra stories that you had to pay for.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought that was, like, Final Fantasy...
What's weird as well is that they end up cancelling a bunch of DLC as well. They were going to do more.
Yeah, and good because they had... The amount they had was ridiculous.
But, it's like, for instance, what I was kind of thinking about more was that in, like, Final Fantasy 15 and, from what I can tell, 16... Again, I played 15, folks. I haven't played 16, so, you know, if I make a couple of mistakes in 16...
Edit.
Fantastic. So that's good. Glad to see that, Kathlynn.